So, Court TV doing their thing. They had to bring in some of John O'Keefe's family members and friends. So, what we have here is an interview from Court TV of John O'Keefe's cousin and his friend as well. So, we're not going to watch the whole thing. I'll leave the link to this video in the description below. I'll be interested to know what y'all think about this take from the cousin and the friend.
What we want to do right now is take some time to remember what this case is really about. The beautiful life that was lost. The life that belonged to Officer John O'Keefe. He was a son, he was a brother, he was an uncle, he was dad to his niece and nephew. He was a dear friend to so many people. And I'm so honored to have with me on the show this morning two people who love him dearly and miss him dearly. And they're hoping for justice in this case. I want to welcome on now John's dear friend, Jackie Dugal, and his cousin, Renee Resitano. Good morning to you both. And Jackie, I know you and I have met before. You've come on the show before. Renee, this is the first time that you and I are meeting, so I want to start just saying person to person. I know you're John's cousin. I am so sorry for your loss. I know this has been really tough for you all. Jackie and I have spoken about it. And so let's start there. Let's start with what it's like missing him for you ladies, what it's like missing John and the void that him being gone has left in your hearts. Jackie, would you start us off, please?
I just think that the start of this verdict watch really puts things in perspective. You know, every day we kind of go into what's happening in court today, but now that it's over, we start to think about him again in this way that we were unable to during the trial. And it's just such an emotional day, emotional feeling for it to be in the hands of the 12 jurors. And, you're here and we're putting up pictures. His friends have printed out pictures and put them on all the tables, and it's really about remembering him and hoping for justice.
Oh, that's so sweet. So you were at a local VFW there in Dedham with pictures of John all over the table so that everyone can look at him and remember him as you were all together hoping and praying for justice. That's a beautiful thing to be together at such a stressful time. Renee, what's it been like for you? What's it been like missing your cousin John?
I mean, the void is just unimaginable, but I'm just going to say what Jackie said. I think it's just really nice for us all to be together and just to go back on those moments of who he was and as a person and remembering those like funny moments. Me and a couple of my cousins were just talking this morning how much like his jokes that we miss, his laughter we miss. And it's a shame that he's not here with us.
Right. From what I've heard, Renee, he was funny. He was so funny. That's what Jackie and some other dear friends of John's had shared with us on the program sometime.
And thank y'all for this insight in the chat too. Jackie Dugal is the wife of Carl Dugal, detective in the Boston PD, who had a bad record and lawsuits against him. He is not well liked in the BPD. Uh-oh.
Time ago. And when you think about his spirit, tell me, what would be going on in his life right now? If he were alive today and still living life, Renee, what do you think he would be up to? What do you think he would be doing? What do you think some of his goals would be if he were still here?
Oh, boy.
I mean, that I can only imagine, but I know he would be very excited for Patrick just to graduate 8th grade today. Haley going to Virginia prom last couple weeks ago. I know he would be very involved with them. And just making sure that we're all together. Like
playing golf.
Playing golf. Yeah.
His dad and brother and all the tournaments, and he loved that. And just the light of his life were those those kids, and they're doing so great and really moving forward in their lives. And they miss him a ton. I know, unimaginable loss, and he'd be there with them and being the fun uncle and big support for him and for the whole family.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Jackie, we've spoken about this before, and I think it's definitely worth revisiting for anybody who missed the segment when you were on before. John's legacy, his life and his legacy as someone so close to him. You've been a dear friend for such a long time. Right, about going through this process of getting justice for John. Jackie, to you first, please.
A loaded question. I think there's so many different aspects of it, even just going today and the crowd of people there, and you have to walk through, and coming back here even and just stepping here where we were last year. It's a weird emotional feeling, and we're just glad we're all together for it. We've made, I honestly, one of the silver linings is that, I know John's family a lot deeper now, and they're all so wonderful, and they all miss him so much. And I'm just happy to be here to support them. Whatever
said they can't even answer what
they need.
Miss.
There's a lot, but it's all worth it if we're here together and in support of justice.
You have each other. You're leaning on each other. And we want to hear your answer, Renee. I'm being told we need to hit a break. If you can stay with us. And on the other side, I want to ask you, please, what's been the most difficult part going through the trial process as we continue on the verdict watch today here together? We'll be right back as we continue.
All right. And we did have, there wasn't an official statement from John O'Keefe's family. I mean, they weren't saying much. They seemed like they were really the only ones who wanted to say anything. But I'm trying to see if I could find a statement from his family. Here we go. John O'Keefe's, it was a joint statement. We've got the McCabe, the Albert family, and the Roberts family. They said this. So family and friends. They said, today, our hearts are with John and the entire O'Keefe family. They have suffered through so much and deserved better from our justice system. Oh, man. Yeesh. Again, this is from the McCabe's and the Alberts. While we may have more to say in the future, today we mourn with John's family and lament the cruel reality that this prosecution was infected by lies and conspiracy theories spread by Karen Reed, her defense team, and some in the media. The result is a devastating miscarriage of justice. Boy, that's a loaded statement there. And I think saying that because you don't get the verdict you want that's the miscarriage of justice. The jury saw the evidence just like we did here on this channel. We watched every single day. We saw every piece of evidence. Actually, they got to hear a little bit more than we did because there's certain testimony we didn't get to hear. But at the end of the day, they saw the case that the Commonwealth presented. They saw the case that the defense presented. And they looked at the evidence. And the evidence clearly did not show that Karen Reed was the one who hit John O'Keefe. And it's unfortunate because now you've got the McCabe's and the Albert family saying that, oh, well, the only reason that this turned out this way is because the conspiracy theories. The only reason we had this verdict is because people just wanted to believe what they want to believe. Now it's because there wasn't evidence in the case. There wasn't evidence to show that John was even hit. Every single medical professional that took the stand, whether it's for the Commonwealth or for the defense, said, we see no injuries consistent with the collision. And then you want us to believe this man was hit in his arm, someone backing down the driveway at 24 miles an hour, and somehow just fell straight back and hit his head. Guys, come on, guys. We're better than this. We're smarter than this. Thankfully, the jury was able to see that. And the Commonwealth should have presented a better case, because seeing this for the first time as someone who saw only the second trial, not the first trial, this is absolute garbage. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments in the chat.